Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. Make it a rule never to give a child a book you would not read yourself. You see things, you say, why? But I dream things that never were, and I say why not? If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world, the unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore all progress depends on the unreasonable man. Animals are my friends, and I don't eat my friends. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Youth is wasted on the young. There are two tragedies in life. One is to lose your heart's desire. The other is to gain it. If you cannot get rid of the family skeleton, you may as well make it dance. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. Never wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty and the pig likes it. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. The liar's punishment is, not in the least that he is not believed, but that he cannot believe anyone else. Why should we take advice on sex from the Pope? If he knows anything about it, he shouldn't. Success does not consist in never making mistakes but in never making the same one a second time. You use a glass mirror to see your face, you use works of art to see your soul. A pessimist is a man who thinks everybody is as nasty as himself, and hates them for it. Dancing is a perpendicular expression of a horizontal desire. My way of joking is to tell the truth. It's the funniest joke in the world. After all, the wrong road always leads somewhere. Hatred is the coward's revenge for being intimidated. Both optimists and pessimists contribute to society. The optimist invents the airplane, the pessimist the parachute. You don't stop laughing when you grow old, you grow old when you stop laughing. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. When a man wants to murder a tiger he calls it sport, when a tiger wants to murder him he calls it ferocity. Better keep yourself clean and bright, you are the window through which you must see the world. When a thing is funny, search it carefully for a hidden truth. The man who writes about himself and his own time is the only man who writes about all people and all time. All great truths begin as blasphemies. Silence is the most perfect expression of scorn. Without art, the crudeness of reality would make the world unbearable. I often quote myself. It adds spice to my conversation. The trouble with her is that she lacks the power of conversation but not the power of speech. Liquor is the chloroform which enables the poor man to endure the painful operation of living. The most tragic thing in the world is a man of genius who is not a man of honor. Criminals do not die by the hands of the law. They die by the hands of other men. The power of accurate observation is commonly called cynicism by those who have not got it. Beware of false knowledge, it is more dangerous than ignorance. Imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you create what you will. Take care to get what you like, or you will be forced to like what you get. A happy family is but an earlier heaven. A fool's brain digests philosophy into folly, science into superstition, and art into pedantry. Hence university education. Marriage is an alliance entered into by a man who can't sleep with the window shut, and a woman who can't sleep with the window open. If history repeats itself, and the unexpected always happens, how incapable must man be of learning from experience? If all the economists were laid end to end, they'd never reach a conclusion. Just do what must be done. This may not be happiness, but it is greatness. Youth is a wonderful thing. What a crime to waste it on children. Independence? That's middle-class blasphemy. We are all dependent on one another, every soul of us on earth. A gentleman is one who puts more into the world than he takes out. The secret to success is to offend the greatest number of people. There is nothing more dangerous than the conscience of a bigot. Kings are not born, they are made by artificial hallucination. You cannot be a hero without being a coward. It is the mark of a truly intelligent person to be moved by statistics. We have no more right to consume happiness without producing it than to consume wealth without producing it. It is dangerous to be sincere unless you are also stupid. Science never solves a problem without creating 10 more. I enjoy convalescence. It is the part that makes the illness worthwhile. The possibilities are numerous once we decide to act and not react. Men are wise in proportion, not to their experience, but to their capacity for experience. The moment we want to believe something, we suddenly see all the arguments for it, and become blind to the arguments against it. When a man says money can do anything, that settles it, he hasn't got any. What we want is to see the child in pursuit of knowledge, and not knowledge in pursuit of the child. Peace is not only better than war, but infinitely more arduous. The perfect love affair is one which is conducted entirely by post. The only secrets are the secrets that keep themselves. I never resist temptation, because I have found that things that are bad for me do not tempt me. The golden rule is that there are no golden rules. First love is only a little foolishness and a lot of curiosity. The things most people want to know about are usually none of their business. No question is so difficult to answer as that to which the answer is obvious. My reputation grows with every failure. The fact that a believer is happier than a skeptic is no more to the point than the fact that a drunken man is happier than a sober one. Man can climb to the highest summits, but he cannot dwell there long. Miracles, in the sense of phenomena we cannot explain, surround us on every hand. Life itself is the miracle of miracles. Everything happens to everybody sooner or later if there is time enough. Do not waste your time on social questions. What is the matter with the poor is poverty, what is the matter with the rich is uselessness. When I was young, I observed that 9 out of 10 things I did were failures. So I did 10 times more work. If there was nothing wrong in the world, there wouldn't be anything for us to do. All genuinely intellectual work is humorous. Marriage is popular because it combines the maximum of temptation with the maximum of opportunity. Most people do not pray, they only beg. Nothing is worth doing unless the consequences may be serious. I would like to take you seriously, but to do so would be an affront to your intelligence. You have learned something. That always feels at first as if you had lost something. Every person who has mastered a profession is a skeptic concerning it. Beauty is a short-lived tyranny. We must always think about things, and we must think about things as they are, not as they are said to be. Do not try to live forever. You will not succeed.